Up next, Ryback versus The Miz in a first of two rematches from SmackDown from last week, further proving that SmackDown is absolutely irrelevant. But the match itself was decent, though. I did not mind it at all. I thought they had a fine matchup. But the focus was not really more so on the matchup than it was the building tension on the outside between Mizdow and Miz. At one point, Ryback had set Miz up. Mizdow was almost about to punch, from what it seemed, gonna punch his mentor, The Miz, in the face, only for that to be kiboshed when Miz took out Ryback, and Ryback ended up picking up the victory yet again, and after the matchup, Miz would deliver the skull-crushing finale to Mizdow. So I'm really liking the climax of this storyline between Miz and Mizdow. I've talked about this for months, but the fact they've built it up to this point, I mean, you go back to like October when Miz first started getting jealous of the reactions that Mizdow was getting when this whole thing kind of first started in that episode of Raw in Brooklyn, I think, and the show that Rock came back and Mizdow was doing his thing in the ring, or on the outside of the ring while Miz was facing Sheamus, and it's crazy to think it's been going on for the last 5 months, but, and I mean, for all the shit that we give, I mean, I'm not excluding myself from this, but for all the shit that we give WWE Creative, this is something they've done right. This entire storyline, the way they've played it out, the planting of the seeds, and more and more and more and more as the weeks go on, the two continue to build tension with one another. And the timing could not have been better. I thought that was great. Really enjoyed that. And of course, it's all leading to Mizdow. I mean, you never know with this company. Expect anything, of course. But I feel like it is leading to Mizdow turning on Miz in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and going to go on to win it. How much that win does for him, I really have no idea after what happened to Cesaro last year. But I feel like Miz and Mizdow have kind of had a really nice storyline going for themselves over the last few months. I mean, you got to give creative their props here for kind of timing this out to a point where it can climax at WrestleMania. And a lot of people have asked me in this week's hashtag AskGSM video, what do you see happening to Mizdow after WrestleMania? That's kind of the key with every match on the WrestleMania card, I feel like, that the aftermath has to be there. It's all about the aftermath with a lot of these matches. John Cena beats Rusev. Okay, Rusev looks strong in defeat. So did Sandow when he cashed in Money in the Bank on John Cena. The aftermath could have been a lot better. And then they fucked it up, and Sandow was a jobber by the end of 2013 going into 2014. So, and can Rusev rebound after WrestleMania? Can Wyatt rebound from his apparent loss to Undertaker at WrestleMania? I mean, he can always win, but I feel like he will lose at WrestleMania. So it's all about the aftermath, and that's kind of the same with Miz and Mizdow. What do you do with both guys after WrestleMania? Miz, I feel like, will be fine if he continues to do the same thing as the Hollywood douche. I feel like that is the best character for him. In the article that I wrote for Bleacher Report last week, I talked about that and how he is doing the best work of his career right now. Probably even better from the work that he was doing as WWE Champion. Some people shit on that reign, but you look at his promos, and he had a lot of good matches during that time, too, with guys like Jerry Lawler, and even some matches with John Cena. Not the main event of WrestleMania, but he did have some fine matches with Cena, especially John Morrison, Randy Orton, and a few others. And I feel like the work he's doing now and kind of getting the crowd to hate him as passionately as they are is great. I feel like he's doing an awesome job, and Mizdow obviously deserves all the credit in the world for getting the stunt double character over. But where he goes after WrestleMania, I really have no idea. I look forward to it, though. I feel like Mizdow, and whatever character they give him, he's going to make it 100%. That's always been his mindset. He's been doing that since he arrived in WWE as Sandow on the main roster about 3 years ago. Coincidentally enough, they smacked down after WrestleMania 28, so almost exactly 3 years ago at this point. But, that said, I feel like whatever character they give him, whatever they give him to roll with, he will make the most of it and make it gold. I mean, I've been saying that for years now, but Sandow is gold. Mizdow is gold. So I feel like coming out of WrestleMania, they could do that feud with The Miz, but as long as they don't make an Alex Riley 2.0 out of Damien Sandow by doing the whole feud with Miz, beating Miz, and then going nowhere, that's a mistake. But if they can give him a character to latch onto, maybe not Mizdow per se, I know he's over, but even if he does switch up his gimmick, go back to being Damien Sandow or do something else, I feel like he's so popular and people respect his work so much that they will continue to love him no matter what he does. He doesn't have to be a stunt double. He doesn't have to be Mizdow in order to continue to be over coming out of WrestleMania. So I look forward to those two colliding in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal come WrestleMania 31.